For today's little win, I want to do a story time. I was having this conversation with this guy, and I'm basically saying how we're all getting ready to go home for the holidays and how I need to get flowers to give to my mom because I try to give her flowers every time I go home. And he was like, oh, why? And I was like, well, you know what they say, they only appreciate you once you passed away, and you only get flowers on your gravestone. You never get flowers and appreciation while you're alive. So I try to always bring home flowers to show her how much I love her. And he was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I should do that with my mom. I wonder what her favorite flowers are. And he was like, what's your favorite flower? I was like, purple orchids. He was like, yeah, I'll probably just ask her just like that. Cool. 2 weeks go past. I completely forget about the conversation. He asked me over to bake cookies. And he was like, hey, look on the counter for the pan. And when I look on the counter, he bought me purple orchids. And he wanted me to know that I'm appreciated. So that's my win. Comment your wins for the day.
I am sorry for what I did. I truly am. I cheated on my husband, and I answered everything he asked. He didn't want certain details. I understand he has to react to this and that I hurt him. However, I believe it's not fair that I have to deal with being distrusted all the time from now on. It doesn't mean I have to sacrifice absolutely everything for my mistakes. Please don't misunderstand me. I am sorry, very sorry, and I regret what I did. It was immature, irresponsible, and disrespectful. But even like that, I don't feel I have to put up with this constant distrust, and I do not know what to do anymore. I want to save my marriage, but not at the cost of sacrificing myself as a person, as well as all my freedom. I don't want to feel in prison. This is what he texted me a few days ago. I asked him not to be so distant, or we would never be able to fix our marriage. This is long. I think he wanted to vent. He says, hi. Look, about what we were talking about earlier, I'm just going to be very straightforward. I feel that in spite of the fact that I still love you, I don't love you so strongly anymore, not like before. And to be totally honest, I feel that every day I am falling out of love from you, even more. The thing is that I don't feel I can trust you anymore, and that's why I'm falling out of love more and more with time. And it's even worse if we consider all the horrible things you've done to me, the way you have treated me, and how you treat me still at times. I'm just going to be very frank. I think that everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie, or you're telling me things partially only, or you're concealing information. I mean, you have secrets and don't tell me about them, or you just argue that you're still entitled to your privacy, and they are private things. And even if you don't like it, if you are honest and leave your pride aside for a second, you know that I am more than justified to have this perception. The truth is that since you've cheated twice, it's very difficult or practically impossible for me to trust you again. To me, it's very frustrating, and I feel like an idiot. I feel stupid, like a moron or a cuckold. By now, I hope you understand how I feel. If I were to believe you and trust you again, and I also feel that way if now I'm always wondering, I wonder if she's really there. I wonder if she was there as long as she said she was. I wonder who she's texting. Why is it that whenever I'm online on WhatsApp, I also see her online all the time and she's not texting me? Who is she texting or sexting so much? Is she texting her classmates, her girlfriends, or someone else? Why has she spent so long on the phone? I get the bill, so yes, I know. If clients have not been calling, why do I text her and she does not read my texts and doesn't reply back if I can see she's online? And 1,000 more things like those ones, which I would not even have wondered about before. And now I've reached the point where I'm debating myself on whether I should spy on you or place little traps to know if you're cheating or lying or even worse. I've even considered the possibility of hiring a PI to follow your ass everywhere and collect evidence or that kind of stuff. However, I make it clear that I have not done it and I'm not going to, spy on you or anything like that. Not because I don't feel justified, because I do, even if you disagree. I do feel justified, very justified to do so. I don't do it because I have self-respect. I don't deserve to feel this way. I don't deserve this suffering every second of my day. This is why I don't do it. Not because I have any kind of respect left for you. I don't. You lost that. So don't get me wrong. That is why I have simply decided to do everything in my power so that I care less and less every day for whatever you do or don't do. That way, I don't have to live with this bitterness. This is the reason why I'm falling out of love. I don't even hate you or hold any grudge against you because I just don't care for you like that anymore. Actually, I do care for your well-being, but every day I see you less like my wife and more like just the mother of my kids. I will never see you as a friend, as you've suggested. I believe this as immature as it can get, especially after everything we've gone through. I'm not a jealous person. You know it. I never have been. I trusted you, and maybe trusting you so blindly was a big mistake. That's probably why you've taken advantage of it. I mean, instead of treasuring and respecting my trust, what you did was the total opposite. You took advantage of it to violate it and our marriage and do all the nasty stuff you've done, and to lie shamelessly right to my face for years, and to make fun of me, both by yourself and with others. Yes, I also know that you have made fun of me with your girlfriends because you have cuckolded me. And you were there, and you were just boasting about your cheating exploits and giggling with your friends while pointing at me, I found out. You and I are different people. We feel and think differently. I'm not hurting because you had sex with someone else. I'm not jealous about sex. And you know this firsthand because in the past, we had threesomes and swaps, both of us present and consenting to it, and I never have been bothered about it, nor have I been jealous or anything like that. I'm hurt because of the deception, the lies, secrecy, disappointment, the emotional cheating, betrayal, disrespect, making fun of me, and that is why, even if it sounds contradictory, I was also hurt by the sex and kissing behind my back, covered by all the above. I can't understand why, if I offered you an adventurous sex life occasionally, threesomes, swinging every now and then to spice things up, as I still wanted to devote myself to you, and vice versa, in view that both you and I started our relationship when we were too young, and that you were my first and only girlfriend and my first and only sexual experience, and at the same time, I was your first and only boyfriend, and your first and only sexual experience, unless you lied to me about that too. The truth is that as things stand right now, nothing surprises me anymore. and that I believed we did not have the experiences that maybe others had the chance to have with their different partners in regard to sex, so that we had the opportunity to be adventurous in sex occasionally with others, under terms that you and I would agree and later would agree with others, so that we could satisfy our curiosity, avoid being unfaithful, that we had a more open and fulfilling sexuality so that we had spice and variety every now and that we could make something good and beautiful out of it for us as a couple, that it could help us trust each other even more and would provide for a different, more satisfying relationship for both of us, always with consent, presence, and participation of both. I offered you this 15 years ago, and after you tried it a couple of times, you firmly turned down such an offer. You actually told me to give it up or break up, and I accepted it, embraced your decision, and devoted to you and only you, even if it meant to give up a great part of my sexual satisfaction and desires. What for? Only for you to go and do exactly what you said you didn't want to do. Yes, that's right. You went and slept with others. Not one, not two, not 3 times. Only God knows how many people you slept with and how many times with each. The first time you cheated 11 years ago. And the worst is that it was not something we shared as a couple, quite the opposite. It was something selfish and full of betrayal, something hurtful and disrespectful, humiliating, along with so many other awful and mean things. I lost 15 years of my sexuality. Not 1, not 2, but 15. And not only of sexuality, but more importantly, of what I invested emotionally in this relationship. I already forgave you once for the horrible cheating 11 years ago, but which now I remember as yesterday. And why? Yes, that's right, because you cheated again 1 year ago, and I just found out 2 months ago. Only you know how many times you've cheated, or if you're still cheating. You say just those 2, but I can't and won't believe you anymore. You had me fooled all these years. As now I discovered so many things about your first cheating that if I had known then, I would have assessed more carefully if I would take your cheating ass back. And now you cheated again? Come on. Shame on you. But twice, shame on me. You used, and I see things. I still use 2 different criteria to measure ethics and morality. One for me, I'm the worst for wanting to experience sex with others as something I could share and enjoy with my wife. And a different one for you. I don't want more cheating or deception in my life. I don't want to trust again so that you can betray me one more time and so that you can make fun of me and humiliate me as much as you want. I don't want to feel that people label me as a stupid cuckold you have made me to be. I don't want to spend all day wondering if you're cheating or that you will cheat eventually or that you're lying. That's why I'm acting like this, distant. It's because I can't trust you. That's why I opted for not caring anymore, for what you do or don't do. You are a beautiful, hot, attractive, sexy, I know it because people say it, and because I see the way that men stare at you with lust and the way women look at you with envy. But the truth is that as time passes after all this cheating of yours, it's become harder for me to see your beauty through my eyes. Others talk about it, show how they lust after you, but all I'm seeing now is an ugly, hideous person, and no more. I see you less like a woman because with all the deception and cheating and lies, with all the pain you have caused me and all the pain you still cause me, you are staining your physical beauty with the ugly, real you, to the point I won't see your good looks anymore in a short time. I don't even care about them now. I've grown tired of trying to fix things because you don't help this relationship. You still keep secrets, conceal things. You have been so shameless as to ask me not to call you or text you because you feel that I'm controlling and limiting you. Really? After all you've done? You have no right to make such demands. You don't even want sex. That's when I was still interested, even if I found out about this. When you do have sex, you seem disengaged. It's so vanilla. You're lazy and lame as a lover. At least with me lately. That's all I know. Maybe you're getting it somewhere else. Oh, wait. Yes, you are. I know I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. Serious mistakes. But I have never cheated on you. I have never sought love or sex in someone else's arms. Not ever. I gave up a lot for you. I have changed many things for you, things you asked me to change. But you are still the same. Still with your little secrets, even after all this deception.